In Spanish Opinions 1, we looked at these important opinion words. Me chifla, me encanta, me fascina, me interesa, me gusta mucho, me gusta, no me gusta, no me gusta nada, me aburre, me molesta. So pause the video and take a minute to work them out before you restart the recording to see how many you've remembered. There are a couple of extras which you might be able to work out. Here we see the answers. Me chifla, I'm crazy about. Me encanta, I love. Me fascina, it fascinates me. Me interesa, it interests me. Me gusta mucho, I like it a lot. Me gusta, I like. No me gusta, I don't like. No me gusta nada, I don't like it at all. Me aburre, it bores me. Me molesta, it annoys me. Now remember, the N would be added if the noun that you're talking about is plural, so if it's los or las. Today we're looking at our second lesson on Spanish opinions with the title Le Gusta, because we're going to learn how to talk about other people's likes and dislikes, still using those verbs but changing the indirect object pronoun at the start. First, a quick recap on how they work. In English we would say he likes tennis, however in Spanish this would translate as le gusta el tenis, or he likes the tennis. In order to express opinions correctly, you therefore need to know the gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural, of the nouns you wish to express an opinion about, especially if your answer to the question is different to the noun in the question. For example, ¿A Juan le gusta el tenis? No, no le gusta nada el tenis. Le gusta la natación. Notice how, although Juan is a male, you would still say la natación. Here we see some options expressed in the context of types of films, las películas on the right hand side. We have a range of different films which you might be able to work out. Las películas de ciencia ficción, science fiction films. Las películas de terror, de miedo, so horror films. Las películas románticas, love stories. Las películas de acción, action movies. Las películas de guerra, war films. Las películas del oeste, westerns. Las películas cómicas, comedies. Las películas de policíaca, detective films. And finally, los dibujos animados, cartoons. Before we've seen this simple expression of opinions with me gusta, me encanta, me chifla, etc., you can use any of the words underneath me, te, le, nos, os, les, to talk about other people. So, me gusta, I like, te gusta, you like, le gusta, he or she likes, or you formal like, nos gusta, we like, os gusta, you plural like, les gusta, they like. And these are all interchangeable. Now that little emphasis there indicates that these extra words at the start can be used to emphasize the person you're talking about. So if someone says to you, ¿Te gustan las películas de acción? And you don't like them, you can say, no, a mí me gustan las películas románticas. So again, all of these are interchangeable. Just like you would with me gusta, you can use any of those others. Me, te, le, nos, os, les. So those big yellow boxes are for emphasis or clarification. So for example, if you were asking a question about a person, ¿A Juan le gustan las películas de ciencia ficción? So does Juan like science fiction films? You may have noticed these indirect object pronouns, me, te, le, nos, os, les, are all in exactly the same order as verbs. And this will help you to understand who they refer to. Me, for me. Te, for you. Le, for he, she or you, formal. Nos is for we. Os, for you, plural. And les, for they or you, formal, plural. Okay, let's see how we get on with these 5 phrases. See if you can translate them using the writing frame above. Por ejemplo, ¿cómo se dice horror movies bore you en español? We need to turn the sentence on its head because we're not going to start with the words horror movies. We're going to start with the you plural bit. So, you could start with the you plural from the indirect object pronoun list, which would be os. if you looked up a few of these words, you'd work out that aburre is bores. And because it's horror movies, you must put the N at the end. Os aburren. Then you need the word for horror movies. But remember, in Spanish, they have to say the horror movies. Or the exact translation, the movies of terror or fear. So we have las películas de terror or las películas de miedo. Giving us the full sentence, os aburren las películas de terror. Pause recording now and see how you get on with numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how did you get on? Número 1. Horror movies bore you. Os aburren las películas de terror. Número 2. Me, I'm crazy about love stories. A mí me chiflan las películas románticas. Número 3. Are you interested in action films? You singular. ¿Te interesan las películas de acción? Or you could say, a ti te interesan las películas de acción? Número 4. We are fascinated by war films. Nos fascinan las películas de guerra. Y para terminar, número 5. Carlos likes cartoons. A Carlos le gustan los dibujos animados. How did you get on? Just see if you can now correct any mistakes that you've made so you can learn from them for future reference. Okay, now we're going to widen it out a bit. Here you can see the structures again that we would need to use. With the me, te, le, nos, os, les. And then the opinion words which we're familiar with already. And then in the final column you have the definite articles. El, la, los, las. So this means you can now apply this knowledge to any noun and then it would make sense. Por ejemplo, ¿cómo se dice en español? I'm crazy about geography. Me chifla la geografía. So you can actually look up the word for geography and then find out whether it's masculine or feminine and then apply your knowledge to it to make the sentence. Let's try a few more. Once I've said the sentence, pause the video, give yourself a chance to find out the answer. Try and avoid looking at the screen and then say the answer out and see how it compares. Número 1. They are interested in biology. Les interesa la biología. Número 2. We love chemistry. Nos encanta la química. Número 3. French really annoys Rosie. A Rosie le molesta el francés. Número 4. ICT bores us. Nos aburre la informática. Y número 5. You plural are interested in sports. Os interesan los deportes. How did you get on with them? Hopefully you would have got a few of them right, and if not, maybe go back and have a look at earlier in the lesson and see if you can brush up on the areas where you need to improve. Today we've looked at the second lesson on opinions, developing our knowledge of me gusta and using it to talk about all the other different people we can, using indirect object pronouns. Remember, they are me, te, le, nos, os, les, and we can use them interchangeably with me gusta. So it opens up a whole world of opportunity when giving opinions for other people. And our aims today were to learn how to talk about other people's likes and dislikes. Muy bien. Adiós.